Well, hello, everybody. How's everything going? Long time no chat. Decided to do a Sunday chat as we'll let the minion do some talking here. Let's share our screen with our co host, the good old minions. God, I love minions. So let's just share our screen here. I'm not ready for Monday. Can I have another Sunday? Oh, that would be so good. Another Sunday. That would be a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, that's not happening, but that would be awesome. Minions are co-host today. So God, I would really love another Sunday. Robbie Wartburg, how you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Picked up a couple of new games. Well, a new game and a new file for PC Replay Baseball. Picked up the franchise set, the all franchise set. It's like an all-star team, and it's based on some book. I forgot what the book's called, but it's pretty fun. I'm enjoying that, playing a lot of that offline. And I also picked up Legends of Wrestling. That is a Filsinger game. I believe I pronounced that properly. If you're unfamiliar with that game, Dave Little, that's one of his favorite games, if not his favorite game. It's a wrestling game, and it's very fun. We're going to show you what you get with that. A lot of people have done. I don't do unboxing videos. I just show you what I have. I have to say, it is a highly addictive game. Lots of fun. I picked up a few sets, and there's a lot of homebrew cards out there in the community. Yeah, so you can have those too, but I'll only be showing you what I have actually purchased. Dave Gardner's here. Hope all is well to Uncle Dave. Sports Time Machine. Check out that wonderful channel. Of course, check out Dave Gardner's channel and Digital Dice with Ron Juckett on Spreaker or wherever fine podcasts can be listened to. Steeler Fan 1933, our good friend Matt. Hope all is well. So the minion will take a seat for a moment. We'll go full screen. You got to look at my ugly mug. So I purchased Filsinger Games presents Legends of Wrestling card and dice game. This is the color starter set. And the artwork is really cool. I really love the artwork. And again, many people play this game online. You can see how the game's played. I played it. I played 2 nights of basic, and then I played advanced, and it's a beautiful game. Very fun. Artwork is great. So what you get in the starter set, color version, there's a black and white version. I think with shipping, at least where I live, it was $31 in total. There's a black and white starter set that's slightly cheaper, but the cards are beautiful. So what comes in your starter set, your cards, very durable. That's Harley Race, by the way, if you don't know. You have a little, like your stat sheet, what you roll on. And again, the artwork is absolutely beautiful. Let me put this aside for a second. Listen. Oops, sorry. Just gave you guys the finger. Didn't mean that. I want to say this is 110 card stock, but it's glossy finish. So it's really cool. Plays very well. And again, Dave Little plays this game. Steve Towers has a video on this game. Filsinger has a couple of videos on this game. I found a few videos. So game is a lot of fun. Highly addictive. Highly addictive. If you like wrestling, oh my God. And it's a nice, I like it because it goes very well for me when I want to do a little card and dice. I can play this for my wrestling game. I can also play the free wrestling game on Sports Replays and Field of Dreams. And when I want PC, Tom Vogel's Wrestling's Finest, tremendous game. So I like having the variety of that. So it comes in your starter set. And they always give 2 free wrestlers when you pick up a set. So this is a free wrestler. It's a fictional wrestler. And this is from their Champions of the Galaxy. And you can use him as a jobber because he has a pin 7 if you play basic and a 4 if you play advanced. And this is an actual wrestler. Sammy Callahan, independent circuit. I've used him in a couple of bouts. Kind of fun stuff. So those are freebies that come with the set. The wrestlers that come with the set. Harley Race. And again, I'm not going to show you the backs of all the cards. I'll show you one. And this is, you basically roll on it. You have offense, 1, 2, and 3. Defense, 1, 2, and 3. If you play basic, the games go really quick. And again, there's some really good tutorial videos out there. I don't do tutorial videos. I play the game. So check them out. I'm just telling you, Legends of Wrestling, very fun game. Check out some videos. You can make your choice if you like it. It's a fun game. And I'm going to show you some of the homebrew cards that people make because it supplements. Like, they don't have a Dominic DeNucci card, so you can find that. You also get Randy Savage in the starter set. Macho Man. Actually flip these this way. I'm weird. I like to keep them in a certain order. Nikolai Volkov, the Russian Bear. And the artwork is absolutely awesome with this game. Let's say hello to some other folks in here. Hello, Gillis. He said, I think he just said, someone just came from the ID gesture, had a stream. I didn't even know that. This is Card and Dice. Card and Dice. No computer. They do have an online version of the game that I have not played. Cleve Baseball Fan 879, our good friend Tim. Check out his wonderful channel. Jake Cruz, hope all is well. Game plays it's wrestling. It plays like wrestling. I enjoy it. I've been playing a ton of it. Arnold Hunter, thank you for stopping by, my friend. Hope all is well. You get the Iron Sheik. Boy, do we love to hate him. $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. I think this is Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. Bruiser Brody. The Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. I do believe Abdullah the Butcher is in one of the sets. Gorgeous George and his valet in this picture. So we got to go upside down. Hold on. We got to go this way. Gorgeous George. Rob Van Dam. So they start you off with a lot of nice wrestlers here. Bobo Brazil. Jim Hacksaw Duggan. Again, the artwork is absolutely wonderful. And even in the mod and the homebrew community, they call it the bootleg community. But I think Filsinger is okay with it because it's cards that they're not going to produce. I mean, there are cards for players that they do produce, but it's different. Road Warriors, Animal, Hawk, Buddy Rogers, and the final Lou Fez, all-time great. So those are the cards that come with the color starter set. And again, you get 2 freebies, usually one a fictional from Champions of the Galaxy and an independent wrestler. And this is Sammy Callahan, which you can use all of them. Once you buy one set, you don't need to keep, to my knowledge, you don't have to keep buying the rules and everything. Also, you get a nice little booklet, and it tells you all about the wrestlers, so you can read through that. So let's do Harley Race. By almost any measure, Harley Race is one of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever lace a pair of boots. This legendary tough guy was also one of wrestling's most decorated champions, winning countless singles titles, including one of the most prestigious versions of the world title on several occasions, NWA, I do believe. Race was known for his versatility in the ring, utilizing vast repertoire of moves. In addition, he was never afraid to mix it up, resulting in a devastating combination of wrestler and brawler. Race was one unique talent, the type we've rarely seen in the sport. It tells you the finishing moves. Harley Race liked to use a lot of suplexes. It's really a really wonderful game. I'm going to show you the other sets I got. That way when people go, Al, but you downloaded bootlegs too. Yeah, I spent $1 gazillion for Filsinger because I wanted the wrestlers. That's one thing I can say when people speak about Tom Vogel's game. They, oh my God, the price point. You get all the wrestlers all at once. With this, you buy the sets. I buy it for a totally different reason. I saw Uncle Dave Little play a lot. I follow it. I like when people play wrestling games online. It's fun. You come up with your own storyline. It's fun. So you also come up, and again, this is a beautiful game. This is the rule book, game instructions. Very easy to understand. Very easy. Like I said, I played 2 nights of basic, and now I play advanced. Basic goes slightly quicker, but an advanced game can go just like that if the dice gods are with one wrestler or the other. Then you have 8 charts on 4 very small paper, I guess that's the way I'll put it. But the charts are small, and again, they're on the same glossy cardstock. I want to say it's 110. So on this one, you have a death jump, and then you have out of the ring. And again, I'm not going to hold these up for a long time. So again, so you have 2 charts on each side, feud table, into the turnbuckle. Wrestlers are rated for certain things, A, B, and C. Choice situation, a lot of fun in the advanced game. You get a choice of one or the other. Also adjusted by agility and power. And you have into the ropes. Pin saves, I started using that. I don't know if I really use it the right. You get 2 pin saves a match. And outside interference, I haven't really used that one yet. But I guess you just call for it. That's all I do. When it's your game, you can play it the way you want, especially if it's wrestling and you're moving a storyline. Sports Time Machine I made up a fun tag team. It's called The Giant and the Jobber, Andre the Giant and Johnny Rods. That's what Sports Time Machine, our good friend Mr. Utah Mike, is referencing. Check out that wonderful channel. Please, Dave Little's here. Check out his wonderful channel also. Lots and lots of fun wrestling stuff there. So I did pick up, these were $2 cards. I bought them separately. I picked up 4 separate cards. I also got 2 more free cards in the set. Some woman named Scarlett Boudreaux. I believe she's an independent wrestler. And a 12-year-old would probably take this card and go away or, be alone with himself. So watch out for that. And I believe this is another Champions of the Galaxy. And he's a tough wrestler. Turan. Pin rating of a 1. Wow. So he's a heavy duty, again, fictional, but it's kind of fun if you want in that stuff. So Andre the Giant, the only cards, and here's what I don't understand. Love Filsinger games. I'm new to it. The community is lovely. Nice people. Love them. This is the artwork. Beautiful. It's black and white. And then I got Johnny Rods also, because I printed up the 77 bootleg, and I wanted these guys to put in there. So you got Rods, and they're in color, black and white. I really wish that they would just put these things in color. Also, I wanted Antonio Inoki, and they're out of it. Give me the ability to ask you to print it for me, and I'll pay slightly more because I want Antonio Inoki. That's just my opinion. Just thoughts I'm throwing out there. But I got Greg the Hammer Valentine. This was a $3 card. 286 out of 500. And I got Brutus the Barber Beefcake. They were a wonderful tag team. 479 out of 500. So I got 479 with Brutus the Barber. They also had an Austin Idol card that was signed by Austin Idol for $20, but I almost pulled the trigger on that because I kind of like Austin Idol. But yeah, I put together what I think is a fun tag team, the Giant and the Jobber. I've wrestled some matches. They've been successful in a few. They've lost a few. Use Andre to start off the match unless you're an absolute moron, or if you just want to lose quick. And the way I play it, if you're on offense, you can quickly tag your teammate. So if Andre puts the dude down at a 3, he tags out to Johnny Rods. Rods comes in, whacks him with something, because on a 3, there's no, what's that called? No reversal. So on a 3 and 2. Well, 2s there are, but on a 3. So that's what I do with these two guys, the Giants and the Jobber. A lot of fun. I thought that would be an interesting tag team. Andre the Giant and the unpredictable Johnny Rods, who I think won a match or two, Johnny Rods. So those are, I picked those cards up, and I'll go through the other sets in a moment. But I've also set up, and I don't know if I'll stream any of this stuff because I really don't have the camera set up to stream it. And I don't think they'd be happy if I did. Like with Glory Days Boxing, I will do a snippet of the card, make it smaller, and I put it up. Anthony's cool with that. I don't think Filsinger Games is cool. And I understand that. So I won't do that. But that's what I originally wanted to do, so people could see a bit of the cards, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just show you. I set up a time travel challenge of the 2021 AEW invading the 1977 WWF. And we have some matchups coming. I probably will write them up. These are home brew cards. I did not print up. They do come with, like this. They do come, well, not this set, but most of them do come with some sort of artwork or real photo. I don't print that up when I'm printing at home because it takes up a lot of ink, and I actually print them slightly smaller. So you have Dominic DeNucci. I mean, these are all the guys, my childhood. Dominic DeNucci. Chief J Strongbow, and we have him against Adam Hangman Page. And it's a 4-bout event from the Springfield, Massachusetts Civic Center. DeNucci will be taking on MJF. This is a fun matchup. Think about this matchup. How fun would this have been? If you like wrestling, of course. Jon Moxley and Ivan Putski. How cool is that? And then, you know I love me some superstar Billy Graham taking on Cody Rhodes, the grandson of who? Dusty Rhodes. So those are some matches I'll be bringing up, whether I'll just post them in the Filsinger group and the Dave Little's Sports Simulation group. But the game is tremendous fun. Plays quick. Sometimes it plays long. I enjoyed Dave Little's card that he posted this morning. I also found, thanks to the wonderful community, and this is, I love, and I'm going to get back to something real quick. Primo Canera. Freaking awesome that they have, someone made a Primo Canera card. Freaking awesome. The one thing Filsinger doesn't do, and I can understand that, if they don't have your rights, they're not going to make a card of you because they like to have this beautiful artwork. And I understand that. But That means there's no Bruno Sammartino card, no Superstar Billy Graham card, but the community has made them. I've printed up a couple of different versions of them, and they're a lot of fun. RJL Network, our good friend Rob is here. Check out that wonderful channel. Just got through with a beautiful season of baseball, culminating in an excellent World Series, so please check that out. Dave Little, the expert at Legends of Wrestling. There are some wrestlers who cannot be recreated in color due to the licensing issue. Andre is one of them, as well as most of the Japanese cards. Oh, see, I did not know that. I did not know that. Again, I don't know about licensing. I do know that Inoki was offered at one time, and I would like to. I wish I could, say for $4, can you print me an Inoki card? Or give me the PDF, not give me, but let me download the PDF so I can print an Inoki card. All right, let's go through some more. And it's amazing. And if you purchase the Filsinger game, Legends of Wrestling, or any other version of it, they have a wonderful Facebook community, and they will help you out tremendously. Many links to a lot of cool things. I'm not going to show them. I'm not going to provide the links, again, because I purchased the game. I purchased a lot. I spent a lot. I'm happy with it, but I understand they want to make money, so that is very cool. That's what they're about. And it's a very fun, easy game to understand. All right, let's look at some other sets I picked up. Put this over here. This set is the expansion pack 3. And what was cool about this was there's a couple of wrestlers I had never really heard of. I think Dave Little used a couple of them, but I'm not familiar with them. Obviously, I do know Stan Hansen. I know Stan Hansen. I tell you, there is a match with him and Andre the Giant on Daily Motion from Japan, because it gets blocked on YouTube. Check that match out. Absolutely fabulous, fabulous wrestling match. Unfreaking believable. I'm not going to... Daily Motion, Stan Hansen, just search bar, Stan Hansen, Andre the Giant. Also another good one, Andre the Giant and Harley Race from Houston, I believe. And that's on YouTube. Another fun match. That was a best 2 out of 3. Larry Zbyszko. So you got Larry Zbyszko. Nick Bockwinkel. I like that. I've also picked up a couple of bootleg Nick Bockwinkels, but I'll be using this one. I think those were more... The bootlegs, what I like about them, you can get like sets, if someone makes a set, of a specific year. So if you kind of want the wrestler like older or younger, because these are, I believe these are at their best, which is cool because, and you can always adjust it in your mind how you want it if they're aging. Hello, New Jersey Tabletop Sports says, love Zbyszko. Oh, they had him and Bruno. Was that one of the best storylines in all of wrestling? How much money they made with that? I just watched Bruno and Superstar Billy Graham from 75 when Bruno got counted out, didn't lose the title. But that was a fun little match there. I shouldn't say little, a lot of... I tell you, we're going to wrestling in Worcester to see AEW in July. I like AEW wrestling. Big fan of Danhausen. Again, that's more of a fun shtick that he has, but it's good. But AEW, it seems like they're cutting back on some of their high-flying nonsense. Way too many false finishes still. My God, are there a lot of false finishes. But it's a lot of fun. Nurse Teresa and I, we enjoy it. We like to pick out the storylines. But these are more old-school wrestlers who I love. Ray Stevens, the Crippler, right? Ray Stevens was the Crippler. These are all top-notch wrestlers. I believe this is Mad Dog Vachon. Yep, Mad Dog Vachon. And then, I don't know if they were actual brothers or just brothers in wrestling. Butcher Vachon. They're a tag team. The one thing I do with tag teams, though, because I read the rules on that, if they were a legit tag team, on defense, there's a way when they tag out, but you have to roll the 2 dice, and if it's 6 or under, they make the tag, and the guy comes in on a level 1 offense, if I remember correctly. If they only tagged once in a while, it's a 4 and under roll when they're on defense. And if they never tagged, you just disregard. Well, to me, if I put a tag team together, in my mind, they've worked together, and I don't give them a 6, but I do give them a 4 because I like that. Now, this gentleman, Red Bastine, very interesting story. I read so much about him online, like just finding articles and listening to people. He started in the Carney days where they would actually take people from the audience and he basically would kick the crap out of them. Red Bastine, and he's a very good wrestler. You can look him up. And yes, I know wrestling's fake, but I mean, he was allowed because he had a good shtick, I guess. He worked well. He won a lot of different tag titles. Here's someone I'm not familiar with, but I'm sensing Billy Red Lions could be possibly. Well, he was from Toronto, Canada. I wonder if he ever tagged with Red Bastine. New Jersey Tabletop Sports. Right, Ray the Crippler Stevens. And I think the Crusher, was he Ray the Crippler Stevens' tag partner? I think. Again, another tremendous wrestler. His pin rating is a 2 in advance. And the way that works is, again, there are a lot of fun videos. Check those out, especially the tutorials. But the game, I played, like I said, I would come home. I couldn't wait to come home. Couldn't wait to come home from work. Okay, they were a tag team. The Flying Redheads. Makes sense. Flying Redheads. And then I made a mistake because I saw Regal. And thinking, and again, it comes in the set. But then I realized, oh, this isn't the Regal I want. But it's Steve Regal, not William Regal. I really wanted William Regal. And I believe he was a lot in the Florida, I think it was Florida Championship Wrestling. But anyway, that's expansion set 3. And again, you get the, I like these. I like reading through these real quick. And it just gives you the background. And it's just fun. They were short one. They ran out of the copies, but they sent me the PDF and I printed it up. So I'm happy with that. And they said they will be sending me the actual booklet. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But it would be nice to get it because I really do like the booklets. And I am short. And let's rubber band these again. But the artwork is marvelous. The game flows well. You got to like wrestling, I would think, to purchase this game because in your mind, you're telling a story. You're telling the story. And it's your storyline. You can go anywhere you want with it. You can make bad guys, good guys, bad guys, wrestlers indifference. You can have Nikolai Volkov come out, buy a little kid an ice cream, turn on the Iron Sheik, powerbomb his ass, and turn him into a good guy. Because at the end, actually, Nikolai Volkov was a good guy, if you remember. All right, so those. I skipped over a couple of sets because a lot of them were tag team sets. And right, I was going to get them, but I really wanted Magnum TA. Another interesting story. Unfortunately, that horrible car accident, it ended his wrestling career because I believe he became, I can't remember if it was the left side or the right side that he had a lot of difficulty using afterwards. Almost like not a paraplegic, but had very little mobility. I've watched some videos with him recently, and heck of a match with Nikita Koloff. Nikita Koloff for the U.S. title, best 2 out of 3. You can find that on YouTube. Absolutely fabulous. Dave Gardner says, my favorite was Adrian Adonis. I think I have Adrian Adonis. Him and Jesse, East-West connection. Yes, that was a good one. East-West connection. So this is expansion set 2. And I picked this one up because I wanted Magnum TA. You have Ivan Koloff in it. So, but you get Barry Windham. And I believe that is legit. Barry Windham, the son of Blackjack Mulligan, right? Magnum TA. Again, he is a 5 pin on basic, but a 2 on advanced. So what that does is every time there's a pin attempt that say if Magnum TA and Barry Windham are wrestling, Barry Windham puts a pin attempt on him. You have to roll snake eyes on the first roll unless there's a specialty move. If not, he kicks out, and then his pin attempt goes up. So every time there's an unsuccessful pin attempt, the pin attempt goes up. For him, it'd be 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. Then, like Magnum TA has a belly-to-belly suplex, and it is all in capitals, which means the way I interpret that from the rules, if he hits the belly-to-belly suplex, it's a +3. It has it in the brackets. So if he was wrestling Barry Windham, who's also a pin 2, Barry Windham, once that belly-to-belly suplex hits, Magnum TA goes for the pin. It's a 5. If you roll a 6, Barry Windham kicks out, and Barry Windham doesn't stay at a 5. He just goes to a 3. But say if there's another belly-to-belly suplex, it's a 6. So it's kind of neat. That's the wear down. That's the attrition. It only comes with pin rolls. So a guy can be beating the snot out of the guy, just like in wrestling. All of a sudden it turns around and you get a pin. Got Magnum TA. Tully Blanchard, one of the 4 horsemen. He was forever the TV champion when I started watching wrestling on TBS. TV time limit. I'd look up and I'd say, yeah, there's like 3 minutes left in the show. Barry Windham's father, Blackjack Mulligan. Ivan Koloff. Now, I'm going to ask this question. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. The Masked Superstar, was that Dusty Rhodes? Was that Dusty Rhodes, the Masked Superstar? Or because I remember he wore, was it in Florida? He did that shtick because he got banned or something, and he won the title, but no masked man could hold the title. He would have to unmask, and he wouldn't do it, so he gave the title back. I think it was Dusty Rhodes. I could be wrong. New Jersey Tabletop Sports, Chief Jay Strongbow and Kamala the Butcher were my favorites. Captain Carl's here. Hope all is well, Captain Carl. And then we have Johnny Valiant, father of Valentine. I'm sorry, Johnny Valentine. I'm sorry, father of Greg the Hammer Valentine. So I could do a 6-man tag team with Greg, Johnny, and Brutus Beefcake. I think this is the Boogie Woogie Man. Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man, who did a copious amount of drugs. Not just like steroids, but other stuff. Sam Houston, pin rating 4. That's about right. 7 in basic. He'd give you a good match, but never win the big one. Okay, it's not. Bill Eddy was the Masked Superstar. Thank you, Sports Time Machine, Mr. Utah Mike. Dave Little, Bill Eddy, same guy as Demolition Axe. Cool. But didn't Dusty Rhodes do a thing with that? I know I've seen that before. And Brad Armstrong, another gent who never won a big match, really, but was fun to watch. These are more TBS wrestlers. That's just what I call TBS wrestling. So that was expansion set 2. I'm very happy. I haven't used anyone from there yet. Okay, we have 2 more to go. And I like these a lot. And again, they're different prices. None of them are very expensive, but they're different prices. This is the Hall of Fame edition, the first one. And that is Jack Briscoe. And this is a fun set. Midnight Rider. Cutter Historicals here. Check out that wonderful YouTube channel. Thank you. So you have in the set number 1 Hall of Famers, and this is Dave Little can tell me if I'm incorrect. The George, this Hall of Fame does exist. And these are wrestlers who are inducted in this Hall of Fame. I believe I have that correct. So you have the Briscoe brothers. Again, this is Jack Briscoe. Excellent tag team. So was it Jack or Jerry who held, I want to say one of them actually held, maybe not the NWA, maybe it was a regional heavyweight title singles. Dan Severn, legitimate badass. Bob Roop. These are all Hall of Famers. I love this artwork. The artwork is absolutely fabulous. Dick Hutton, old school. This is Jack Briscoe, I think. I mean, Jerry Briscoe. This is Jerry Briscoe. Briscoe brothers. Tremendous tag team. Cutter Historical says, Out of the Park Legends League All-Star Game is up today on my channel. You can plug away, my friend. Don't worry. Dave Little. That is correct. The Tragos. Wow, all of a sudden I went brain dead. Can't pronounce. Thez. I had to say the first name. Lou Thez. Hall of Fame in Waterloo, Iowa. Yeah, I actually looked into it. I was just curious if it was real. And they actually say it in the booklet, and I looked into it a little more. Dwayne Martz is here. Check out that wonderful channel. Lots of Glory Days boxing and red, white, and blue racing. Dave Little. It is part of Dan Gable Museum, which is for college wrestling. Dan Gable, all-time great coach, and I believe wrestler, collegiately. And then you have Danny Hodge. I believe I pronounced that name right. A lot of old-timers. Fritz von Goring, who played the German evil man in the 50s. The artwork is tremendous for these cards. I love this. They're highly, I tell you, with the, again, I believe they're called bootlegs, but it seems Filsinger is fine with them. The sites I've come across, I just sit there and I look at all the cards. It's amazing what people have done. George Tragos. Baron von Raschke. Another German bad guy. I remember watching him wrestle. ESPN had AWA wrestling towards the end of the history of the AWA. I'd come home from school, from high school. I always loved wrestling. I had to get used to it. It was a different, and again, they had names I didn't know of, but it was fun. I remember like Colonel De Beers and Baron von Raschke. I think he was still on there. I'm almost positive, or I wouldn't even have known who he was. Stan Hansen at one point was AWA world champion. He actually wrestled, and you can find it. I was like, oh my God. You wrestled David Sammartino, but beat him. Again, if you had a little gumption there, you would have let David win, and then you could have had Hansen come back and beat the hell out of him the next 2 matches. But I don't know what kind of contracts, and I don't know if they would. It would have been an interesting storyline. And the final one in the Hall of Fame, Jim Londos. Again, these are all-time great wrestlers in the Hall of Fame. So again, you get the booklet. And in this set, it's 8 wrestlers. I think that's the standard, 8 wrestlers. When you get the starter color set, it's 16. And it was the game. Oh, you get the tiniest dice. Where are the dice? I wanted to show you the dice, which I wasn't going to use, but I fall in love with these little dice. They're awesome. I love them, and I haven't lost them yet. So let's compare regular size dice. I wanted to show you that. I forgot. These are like some of the tiniest dices I've ever seen. They're slightly, well, there's Strat has some small dice. So again, I can't tell the camera there, but these are regular size dice, and these are the tiny dice. But I do love the tiny dice. I got addicted to them. So that's a fun set. One more set to go, and then we'll talk a little bit about the PC Replay. I'm going to show you the teams for PC Replay, like the franchise team, and see what you think of them. And again, it's based on a book, and I can't remember the book, but Kurt Berglund's talked about the book. Many other people have talked about the book, and I lost the rubber band. Oh, here's the rubber band. Oh, actually, I have 2 more sets. So that's one of the Hall of Fame sets. Now, this is the second Hall of Fame set. I was very psyched about this one. You can see Kurt Angle, Gorilla Monsoon, when he was still billed from Mongolia, Bob Backlund, Rowdy Piper. I think George the Animal Steel is in this one, too. Our good friend Tim, Cleve Baseball Fan 879. Check out that wonderful channel. For AWA, if you remember, the Ebony Express, they would go on. Harlem Heat, yep. Also, John Bradshaw, Layfield as Johnny Hawk, was also in the AWA. The AWA was just different. And the venue, I believe it was from Las Vegas where they taped the matches. The venue was very small. It was fun to watch after school. I had to get used to it. But I liked wrestling. I like wrestling again. I'm a big AEW fan. I don't like all the false finishes. It seems like they're toning down some of the high-flying crap. There's too much of it. You got to stop doing the turnbuckle crap. I know it's fake. Everyone knows it's fake, but let's just pretend it was real. Some dude ain't going to sit there for 30 seconds so you can set up if you can't do it quick, don't do it. Don't do it. Dave, back to Dave Little. Most of the artwork is done by a guy named Werner Mueck, and I apologize, probably pronounced the last name wrong. He's a great guy. He also does a lot of artwork for the bootlegs, but those need to be outside outside. And you can see, you are correct, because you can see, let me get rid of that for a second. You can see the WM right there. And the artwork is absolutely beautiful. Hello, Brian Patterson. Hope all is well. So this is a very exciting set for me. You get Kurt Angle. It's okay. Not very excited about that. It's good. I don't mind. Bob Backlund. Gorilla Monsoon from Manchuria, China. Excuse me. I said Mongolia. So you get him from Manchuria, China. But I'm going to say he's, Gorilla Monsoon, who I like. Then, this is another fun wrestling story. Thunderbolt Patterson. Read up about him. Didn't know much about him. I looked in the book, and then I read up about him. You can find lots of fun stuff online to read about. Thunderbolt Patterson, Atlanta, Georgia. He was a 6'3", 247. John Pezic. He would have been a cruiserweight nowadays. Very good wrestler. 180. Gorilla Monsoon is a monster heel in my federation. William Muldoon, another would have been a cruiserweight, 195 out of Belfast, New York. Oh, George Amel Steele's in the other set. Don Curtis, Buffalo, New York, larger wrestler, 230 at 6'1". And then the hot rod, Roddy Piper. So to me, it was just to get rowdy is awesome. And they bill him out of Glasgow, Scotland. But that's pretty cool. And again, you get the booklet. Great stuff. You get the booklet. Gives you a little bit about the wrestlers, their finishing moves. Lots of fun stuff there. We have one more set. Expansion set. Was that 6? 6, I believe. Now, when I got this, because I bought a bunch of sets after I got, what I did was, originally what I was going to do was buy the black and white $15 set, see if I liked the game. But again, the cards are so beautiful. I was like, you know what? Let me get the color set. Again, about $30 with the shipping. I enjoyed it so much. I think within 3 days, I ordered these other sets I was showing you, and I'm good for a while now. With that and the bootlegs, I have so many storylines in my head. I'm enjoying myself. Okay, this is expansion set. If I know my Roman numerals properly, 6. V and the I is after it. But they did not have the booklet. They did not have the booklet. But they were I emailed them saying, "Hey, I'm just FYI, just giving you. I didn't get the booklet. And just telling you that. Loving the game. Thank you very much." They sent me the PDF, and they said they were out of the booklet. They forgot to put the note in, but they will ship me the booklet. Whether they do that or not, I don't know. But I tell you what, if they do ship me the booklet, that's a big thumbs up. Because you could have said, no, we're not shipping the booklet. We'll send you the PDF. So if you say you're going to ship the booklet and you do ship the booklet, big thumbs up. If you don't ship the booklet, I understand, but, So they sent me the PDF. And again, Adrian Adonis is in this set, I believe. You got the Barbarian. So let's go through that. And again, I can't print it. I just printed it on regular. I'm not going to go through and I just stapled it, but I've read through it. A lot of fun. So let's go through that. You got the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith, Warlord, not Wardlow, who I like. And again, his tag partner, the Barbarian. I believe this is Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull. You got Coco Beware, a legitimate badass. I did not know this. Look up Coco Beware stories. Kick your ass. Legit. Bob Orton Jr. And I think you can get Bob Orton Sr. in the black and white sets. You can get them for $2. Like I got Andre and Johnny Rods. I think that's one of the ones still available. Adrian Adonis. There you go, Dave Gardner. Hillbilly Jim. They give you a Gordon Soley card. And again, that's just for some more frosting on the cake. I don't know if I would really use the Gordon Soley card because I come up with my own storylines, my own interview process in my head. But I'm sure I'm happy to have it because I like Gordon Soley. George the Animal Steel. And I think they have him perfect because, again, they have, if you're playing basic, pin 7, disqualification 6. That's on 2 6-sided die rolls, by the way. And if you're playing advanced, he starts out at a 4. And then Don Morocco. the Magnificent One. So those are all the wrestling cards I purchased from Filsinger Games. I am loving Legends of Wrestling. I do have my eye on the starter independent set. If I and that has, like the Young Bucks. I do have some bootlegs of the Young Bucks and stuff, but I'd like to get the real ones. This is a really, I'm telling you, if you're not sure about this game, I don't make any money by telling this, contrary to popular belief and the numbnuts who leave stupid messages on my thing, who don't know poop about poop. If you're not sure about it, the black and white starter set, which again, I think you get 16 wrestlers, different wrestlers than what I got. Get that one. But you're missing out on tremendous. Again, if you want to, you have to like wrestling. You have to like wrestling because you have to come up with your promotion in your head. Now, I don't do north. I just say, oh, that's interesting. Let me do this. Let me do that. The angle I'm working that I'm enjoying, that again, whether I show it or not, I might not even post it. But the 2021 AEW Time Revolution, Time Invasion, Time Travel Invasion of 1977 WWF, where Tony Khan walks out of that time machine. I'm here to stop the McMahons from ruining wrestling. Some people think the McMahons ruined wrestling. Mostly Vince McMahon. I might be one of them. So that's kind of cool. And anyone can beat anyone. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, the better wrestlers who are more popular and won, they have the best chance. But if the dice gods are not with them, you never know what happens. Our good friend, the original Grognard, the OG, is in the house. Seen this around the last couple of years, was going to play this and stream it. And do you have any? Are you going to play this? Oh, they have tons of women wrestlers because I know I enjoy my women wrestling. Oh, yes. Yes. And again, the bootlegs have a lot of women's wrestling. I don't do a lot of women's wrestling. The only women's wrestler I have was a freebie that came. Again, I think that's really cool that they always give you 2 free cards, one from the fictional set and one from the indie set. And I forgot where it went, but anyhow, that is it. Really, really, really fun game. Really fun game. And again, they're out of Connecticut, so if you're on the West Coast, the postage is slightly higher, but still, the color starter set, no women in that, but there's lots of there are ladies sets, and they go for about $20 to $25. They probably went up slightly. And again, if you buy the game, join the Filsinger Promotions Facebook group page, and they'll help you out with a lot of things. I'll leave that at that because I don't. It's a fun game. I wouldn't recommend the game if it wasn't fun. So let's just put these back. And again, my storyline. I found a Primo Canera card today. I'm just ecstatic. I'm happy. I've come up with a couple of really fun. Again, if you're just joining us, tag team I made up, the Giant and the Jobber. Johnny Rods and Andre the Giant. These are official Filsinger game cards. They're just in black and white. And as Dave Little said, I guess they don't have the rights to put them in color, which again, I don't know why, but they would know why they can't do that. I would say, again, if you're listening, Filsinger Games, Antonio Inoki is sold out, I guess, or out of print. Give me the option to pay you some money to get the card. Whether it's a PDF and I'll print it up on my 110 card stock myself, or charge whatever you want. Don't be ridiculous in what you charge because then no one wants it. But I would think an Antonio Inoki card, for me at least, it just goes with what I like to do. There's not even a bootleg of one, which I don't want the bootleg. I'm going to use bootlegs because it just enhances the game. And I think they realize that. I spent a significant amount of money with them. and I'm happy. But again, here's a plug to Tom Vogel. If you like a PC wrestling game, it might be one big hit, one shot, but you get thousands upon thousands of wrestlers. But it just goes nice. I like card and dice. I really do. You can sit there. I just roll. I don't keep any stats. I don't have to type up anything unless I want to do a little write-up on Facebook and our groups we belong to. And you just roll, and I can roll a bunch of matches. Some matches go long. My God, there's no guys. You're like, oh, wow, it's an 8, and the guy rolls a 9, kicks out of the pin, and they just go back and forth. It's a lot of fun. Let's move these over here, and over here. All right, so that's Filsinger Games, Legends of Wrestling. That's the one I got. They have a fictional, it's the Galaxy, fictional wrestlers. Seems like a lot of fun anyway. So if you get the starter set for Legends of Wrestling, it'll come like this. You open it up. You get these wrestlers, 16 of them, plus 2 freebies, a fictional wrestler, and a independent wrestler. That's the way it seems. You get this lovely booklet that tells you all about the wrestlers you have purchased. There are charts, 8 charts on 4 glossy. Again, I think it's 110 cardstock. You have these, and then you just flip it over. And again, I don't think I'll stream any of this stuff because I don't have the setup to do it. I originally, in my head, what I was going to do was take a photo, pop it up, make it smaller so that you could see the cards. But I'm not going to do that. Filsinger Games doesn't like that. I'm not going to do it. I do it for Glory Days Boxing. I have a good relationship with Anthony. Love the game. Highly recommend that game, which can be purchased at sidelinestrategies.com. And we're going to be getting some of that up, hopefully, on the channel soon. I got to finish up a couple of projects. Don't have to, but I'm going to the 66 World Series. I'm just going to bang it out, and then we're going to bang out the O.J. Simpson thing, 1979 Swan Song season. Just going to bang it out. Usually I try to space it out so people can watch, but I don't care anymore. I just want to finish them because I like playing them. I want to play. Life gets in the way, and life is more important, even though I love doing this. I've still been gaming. I've been gone for a little bit, enjoying everyone's streams. But I think I'll, hopefully can get back to streaming soon. And if not, that's fine too. Oh, well. The rule book, easy, well written. And if you have a question, you just ask the community. But easy. Again, then you can have your little homebrew, because it says you can add whatever, not add, but use the rules you want. Don't use the rules you want. You can play in basic. Like with anything with me, once I learn advanced, and again, it's really easy to learn advanced in this game. Basic might go slightly quicker. I don't want to play basic anymore. I like the attrition of the pin rolls. I like that. That's the only attrition there. But I like it. It gives you another dimension to the game. Of course, if somebody crosses Antonio Inoki, he will beat you to within an inch of your life. If you want to see something, again, I think it's on Daily Motion. Antonio Inoki against the great Antonio, I think. Some strong guy from Canada who is probably a little slow. We'll say that. And he wouldn't sell for Inoki. And then Inoki really took him down. He broke his freaking nose like he was kicking him and stuff. And the manager actually came in the ring and said, that's enough, because Inoki really went at him. I'm not lying. Check it out. It was very interesting. It was a shoot match, they'd say. So that's it for that. Let's do this here. Now we're going to take a look at another purchase I made. And it deals with PC Replay Baseball franchise Player sets, a lot of fun. I've been playing the Red Sox, and I'm just enjoying it. And we're going to go through a couple of teams. We'll go through the Red Sox and any other teams that you would like to see. Let's bring that up. Let's move this over here. Okay. All right. And the cards there. So once again, let's share the screen for a moment and look at our minion friend. Take care, Dave Little. Thank you very much. It's Dave's fault I bought this game, but I appreciate it. Share the screen. We're only going to go a little bit longer. As the minion says, I am not ready for Monday. Can I have another Sunday? Just another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Who sings that? Just another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Someone in the chat. Who sings that? Come on. Let's see if anyone gets that. All right. So now let me bring up. I wonder if I can do this. I'm going to slide this. Let's click this. And let's go to standings. You don't see anything yet. Actually, you know what? Let's go to close out of that. Okay, back here. Teams. And here we go. Let's start with the Boston Red Sox. Now, I should be able to hopefully slide this. Hopefully, we can slide this over. Let's stop sharing the minion. And we have some winners here. The Monkeys. Monkeypox. Well, the Monkeys. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. I don't know if it's going to let me slide this. I'm going to try it. It's not going to do it. Let's see if we can do it this way. It's not going to let me do that, so we might have to move this to the other screen. Let's try it. Let's go share screen again. Oh, there we go. Excellent. All right, so this is the Red Sox, and this set is called All Franchise Team. So for the Red Sox, and again, this is PC Replay Baseball. Wonderful game. I roll my own dice for this league. Let's go back over here. Here's the roster. And again, this is based on a book. I can't remember the book's name, but it's with war and all that stuff, like the sabermetrics, I believe. So the position players, Wade Boggs, Carlton Fisk, Freddie Lynn, Rico Petrocelli, Ted Williams, Jimmy Collins, the Beast, Jimmy Fox, XX, David Ortiz, Jim Rice, Carl Yastrzemski, Bobby Dorr, Nomar Garcia-Parra, Dustin Pedroia, Tris Speaker, Dwight Evans, Harry Hooper, Johnny Pesky, Jason Veritek. I'm going to be honest with you. If you think about it, and I get it, Petrocelli's a third baseman, shortstop, but Dominic DiMaggio is always overlooked in these things. He's a fringe Hall of Famer. I would like to see Dominic DiMaggio. Again, sabermetrics, okay, whatever. And again, they went by position and by sabermetric ratings, if I understood that correctly. Pitchers, Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez, Babe Ruth, Lefty Grove, Jonathan Papelbon, Louis Tiant, Ellis Kinder, Mel Parnell, who's been good for me, Smokey Joe Wood, John Lester, Dick Raditz, who has sucked for me, and Cy Young. So those are the batters and the pitchers. And Robbie Wartburg, is this a brand new offering? Yes, it is. It came out a little while ago. Again, these are the Red Sox. You can see them. Boggs, Fisk, Lynn, Petrocelli, Williams, Collins, Fox, Ortiz, Rice, Yastrzemski, Dorr, Garcia-Parra, Pedroia, Speaker, Evans, Hooper, Pesky, Veritek. One more time, and then we'll look at the pitchers real quickly. I don't really have any complaints. I just think Dominic DiMaggio is often overlooked, and it's stupid. Then you go to the pitchers, which I have to remember to click back over here so I can actually see the comments. Clemens, Martinez, Ruth, Grove, Papelbon, who's been beast mode for me, Tiant, Kinder, Parnell, Smokey Joe Wood, John Lester, Raditz has stunk, and Cy Young. So those are the Red Sox. Take a quick look at the Yankees, and then if you want to look at a couple of teams. So now let's go to the Yankees. And we'll do the Mets too. Let's do batters there. Okay. For the Yankees, good God almighty, it must have been tough to pick it. Berra, Dickey, those are your catchers. And you have Lazzeri, Nettles, Babe Ruth as a first baseman, left fielder, right fielder. Robinson Cano, don't you know, makes the all-franchise team. Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Willie Randolph, Bernie Williams, Earl Combs, Derek Jeter, Don Mattingly, Phil Rizzuto. I was surprised about that one. Phil Rizzuto, Joe DiMaggio, Charlie Keller, Thurman Munson, and Alex Rodriguez. They make up the Yankees all-franchise team in this set. Let's check out their pitchers. I've not faced the Yankees yet. Check out their pitchers here. And again, this will be a very formidable pitching staff. Whitey Ford, Sparky Lyle out of the bullpen, Mariano Rivera out of the bullpen, Lefty Grove, Mike Mussina, Red Ruffin, Goose Gossage out of the bullpen, Andy Pettit, Bob Shockey, Ron Guidry, Dave Righetti is a starter, and Mel Stoudemire is a starter. Those are your Yankees. Very formidable. I think I have a half-game lead on the Yankees, but it's early, I'm sure. My pitching's not bueno. It's not been bueno. And we'll take a look at the Mets. We see a lot of familiar faces for the Mets. Tommy Agee, Lenny Dykstra, Cleon Jones, Mike Piazza, Mookie Wilson, Edgardo Alfonso, Bud Harrelson, Kevin McReynolds, Jose Reyes, David Wright, Carlos Beltran, Keith Hernandez, Daniel Murphy, John Stearns. That surprised me, though Stearns was a good player on bad Mets teams, and he got hurt. I don't remember if it was, I think it was his knee. I could be wrong. Gary Carter, Hojo, Howard Johnson, John Olerud was very good for the Mets, Darryl Strawberry. Todd B's joined us. He's a big PC replay basketball and I believe baseball person. This is the all-franchise team set. Just going, I went through the Red Sox, Todd, and the Yankees, and now the Mets. And then we will just ask teams you'd like to see. And we'll show you a few of those. Pitching. David Cone, Dwight Gooden, their starters. Tug McGraw out of the bullpen. Ron Darling, starter. Jerry Kuzman, starter. Jesse Orosco, bullpen. Sid Fernandez, starter. Al Leiter, starter. Tom Seaver, starter. John Franco, reliever. John Matlack, starter. Jacob deGrom. So sometimes it does allow you to use starters out of the pen because you don't have enough pen guys sometimes. And you can only use them for so long anyway. Dwayne March would like to see the Braves. D. Scott Howard. Where's Marvelous Marv Throneberry, the ultimate Met? On the 1962 Mets. It's a fun set. I'm enjoying it. I actually stopped playing the other seasons on PC Replay. I play a little bit, but I enjoy playing. I usually play a series in one night. When I just cut back on the other. It's I like it. I make my own lineups. I'm only playing as a Red Sox, and I'm enjoying it. So our good friend Dwayne Martz, check out that wonderful channel. Glory Days Boxing, Red, White, and Blue Racing, and much, much more. Dwayne Martz. Atlanta Braves. Coming right up, sir. Let's go to the Atlanta Braves. Which are the Milwaukee Braves and the Atlanta Braves. Hank Aaron, no-brainer. Hugh Duffy, old school. Tommy Holmes. Herman Long, again, old school. Fred Tierney, old school. Joe Adcock. Freddie Freeman. Andrew Jones. Rabbit Marineville. I think he's a very good defensive player, but a horrible batter, if I remember right. He's in the Hall of Fame. I'm almost positive. Let's just look at that real quick. Again, it's 3 seasons. I forgot how they came up with their card, but it's a combination of 3 seasons. Joe Torre, Wally Berger, Marcus Giles, Chipper Jones, Eddie Matthews. I could see that. Del Crandall, Billy Hamilton. Not that Billy Hamilton, the old school Billy Hamilton. Johnny Logan and Dale Murphy. Pitching should be insane, but let's look up Rabbit Marineville. We just showed the Yankees WVOGs, but I will go back and show you that again. No problem. Hope all is well, my friend. Check out WVOGs 18's channel. Let's go to Rabbit. Let's go see the Rabbit. All right, so whatever 3-year combination, he's batting .260. I believe he's a tremendous defender, if I remember correctly. Actually, he's not that. 3 range at second, 45 error. At short, 1 range, which is very good, but 33 error. 31 games at second, 128 at short. I don't know. I think you could find a better Brave than that. That's just my opinion. Let's close that out. Let's go to the pitching. Lou Burdette, starter. Greg Maddux, no-brainer. Johnny Sane. Gene Garber out of the pen. Kid Nichols, old school. John Smoltz, no-brainer. Tom Glavine, no-brainer. Phil Niekro, no-brainer. Warren Spahn, no-brainer. Craig Kimbrell sucked for the Red Sox. Dick Rudolph, oh, your nose so bright. But that's from probably drinking alcohol. That's a joke. I don't know if he drank a lot of alcohol. And Vic Williams. Robbie Wartburg. Yes, Now Taking the Field is the name of the book. Thank you. And I believe it's based on sabermetrics, I believe. I'm not a big sabermetrics guy. And I think you can tell why. Because I'm just saying, again, maybe not, but I think we could find a better second baseman shortstop to be on the Braves than Rabbit Marineville, who, again, I believe is in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying, I think we could find someone better, in my opinion. Also, Dominic DiMaggio is always left off these teams for the Red Sox, and it's mind-numbing to me. Those are just my opinions. Silly or not, they're mine. Yep, saw that. I do have the game. I don't play it. I hope everyone enjoys it. That's pretty cool, to be honest with you. That you can look at the charts now, so you can know what the hell like one of my things I asked about that game. It's a good game, good price. I didn't like when you didn't know when someone robbed a hit or someone didn't get there for range. Yes, you know by reading the text, but now I believe with the charts that they've come up with, you can see that actually play out. So that's kind of cool. I do agree, Glenn. Dwayne Mart says, I like Murphy and Garber being there. Davey Johnson. Exactly. There. See, Dwayne's an Atlanta Braves fan. I would take Davey Johnson over the Rabbit, dude. And I'm pretty sure I know, yes, he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm just making a slight joke. But I would rather have Davey Johnson. And I also think some of this goes with they can play multiple positions, I believe. Cutter Historicals is now taking the field. Oh, yeah, I have that book, and we'll use it to do edited MLB, the Show Legends League for PS3. W. Vogs, we'll go back to the Yankees again because he asked to see it. And again, Yankees, there's so many players you could take. But I thought the Yankees were a very good representation. Let's go back to the New York Yankees. Berra, Dickey, Lazzari, Nettles, Ruth. No arguments with any of those. Cano, bit surprising, but he was a very good player for the Yankees. Gehrig, Mantle, Randolph. That's a little surprising too, but I'm not complaining about any of them. Bernie Williams, very underrated. Not complaining about that. Combs, Jeter, Mattingly, Rizzuto, shocking to me. Let's look at Phil. 280. I mean, I guess he had three really good. I mean, again, Phil Rizzuto, solid player. He had some stinky years if you look it up. And I guess he was MVP one year. And again, they take, I believe it's 3 years. I don't remember how they take those 3 years. DiMaggio, Keller, Monsoon, Rodriguez. No complaints. Phil Rizzuto. I mean, is there someone else you might want to take? Possibly. Pitching, Ford, Lyle, Mariano Rivera. Gomez, Musina, Red Ruffing, Gossage, Pettit, Shockey, Guidry, Righetti, Stoudemire. Let's look at Righetti for a second. I mean, Guidry. So he's projected for a 17-9 record in this all-franchise league. And again, I don't know. 19. Okay, wait a second. So it goes 78. So I believe it goes 78, 79, 80. I think the 78 is the start of the 3-year span. I think. I've been having a lot of fun with this season file. Love it. So much fun. And again, I play as a Red Sox. So the point is made. Davey Johnson only played 2 years in Atlanta. That probably definitely is in the formula. So that's why Mantle's there. I just showed you. Mickey Mantle's there, W. Vogs. I just showed you. Gehrig, Mantle. Yes. Well, you're not watching. They're there. They're there. I'll put it back. I have the pictures up. That does probably make a difference that he only played 2 seasons. You could get a 3-season tier then. So again, it does matter. You are correct that you had to play with that team a bit. Rain and Spawn are on the Braves. Absolutely. Spawn insane and pray for rain. But they're loaded, the Braves, at starting pitching. Todd B. I think 78's the middle year. Okay, so it's going to be 77, 78, and 79. Cool. Thank you, Todd B. I know it's a 3-year span. That makes sense. Cutter Historical. Ron Guidry could have been a Blue Jay in 77, but the Jays management didn't want to get rid of Bill Singer. I would have got rid of Bill Singer. It is the 3 of their best years or 3 consecutive years. Well, I think Todd B is correct. I think it goes, again, 78's one of the years for Ron Guidry. I think he's right. I think it goes 77, 78, and 79. That makes sense. It wouldn't be 76, 77, 78. In 76, he really pitched out of the pen mostly, I believe, if I remember correctly. But it's a fun set. Let's look at the Cubs. We have Cubs fans, Reds fans. We'll look at those two. And then we'll take a few more from the chat. Again, and also what's coming? How are your projects going? How are your sports gaming fun? How's that going? So let's look at the Dodgers. Let's look at the Dodgers. That's going to be fun. Let's take a look at the Dodgers, which would be the Brooklyn Dodgers, Los Angeles Dodgers. Todd B, will you be streaming some of these games? I have not. I play them. I usually play 3 games every other night. I finish because they're usually 3-game series. Can bank through 3 games in like just under an hour, depending on how the games go. A lot of fun. I might. So you have Camelli, Ferrillo, Herman, Pee Wee Reese, Wheat. These are position players. Campanella, Garvey, Hodges, Robinson, that's Jackie Robinson, Maury Wills, Ron Say, Jim Gilliam, Davey Lopes, Duke Snyder, Willie Davis, Pedro Guerrero, Mike Piazza. So Piazza's on the Dodgers and on the Mets. He had both enough years, which is a very good point about Davey Johnson. When I said I'd rather have Davey Johnson, and it is being said here he only played 2 years in Atlanta. Right, because he came over from Baltimore. Came over from the Orioles. And Dixie Walker. Now, their pitching staff, the Dodgers, I would think is insane, just like the Braves. Let's take a look at their pitching staff. And their pitching staff is beast mode. Drysdale, Kershaw, Old School, I don't know, Pfeffer, possibly. He stunk with the Red Sox. Eric Gagne. Koufax, the left arm of God. Sutton, Hershiser, Newcomb, Fernando Mania, Valenzuela. Kenley Jensen can't save a big game to save his life usually. Paranowski and Vance. Again, they're stacked. They're stacked pitching-wise. These are the Dodgers all-franchise pitching staff. Based on the book, they are taking the field. Steeler fan, 1933. Our good friend Matt changed his logo. I like it. Having finished my latest Stratomatic baseball project, I'm back to my Unified Boxing Federation using Glory Days boxing card and dice. Love that game. We're going to get some of that. We got to still do the Rocky Marciano, John L. Sullivan title fight on my channel. That will be coming up. And I think we'll be sliding title fights possibly to 12 rounds. I always say that, then I start thinking about, what the hell, 15 rounds. Glory Days Boxing can be purchased at sidelinestrategies.com. Beautiful, beautiful game. Great value, great fun. If you're a boxing fan, pick it up. Just like Filsinger games, so easy to pick up. and understand quickly and play. Thank you for that update. Our good friend Steeler Fan 1933, our good friend Matt. Let's look at the Cincinnati Reds. I would think they'd be pretty beast mode. Let's go to the Cubs first. Oh, Sanford, the Giants. Let's look at the Giants. Barry Bonds, Roger Connor, old school. Frankie Frisch, Willie McCovey, Mike Turman, Bobby Bonds. So Barry and Bobby, father-son duo on the team. Yes, you can. I'll put up the Texas Rangers next, my friend. Robbie Wartburg would like to see the Texas Rangers. Absolutely. Old school, George Davis. Travis Jackson, old school. Mel Ott. I know Mel Ott. Matt Williams. The Baby Bull, Orlando Cepeda. Old school, Larry Doyle. Jeff Kent. Oh, boy, there's a happy team. Kent and Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonds. Buster Posey. Oh, they broke my leg. Let's change the rule. Crybaby. Will Clark. Buck Ewing. Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, and Bill Terry. Very formidable team. And I think they're doing quite well. I'll show you the standings after. Pitching staff. Let's check out their pitching staff. Johnny Antonelli. Tim Keefe, Rob Nen, the secret of Nen, Rod Beck, Juan Marichal, Gaylord Perry, Madison Bumgardner, Christy Mathewson, Amos Rusey, Carl Hubble, Joe McGinty, and Mickey Welch. Let's go to the Texas Rangers next. For our friend Robbie Wartburg. The Rangers, Elvis Andrus, Juan Gonzalez, Frank Howard. Oh, so the Rangers, I believe, are the Senators and the Rangers. I think that's a combination of those teams. And the Senators will also be a combination of another team, I believe. So Frank Howard, Alex Rodriguez on another team, Mark Teixeira, Buddy Bell, Rusty Greer, Ian Kinsler. Made an error for the Red Sox in the World Series against the Dodgers at second base when they should have swept the Dodgers. You suck, Ian Kinsler. Ivan Rodriguez. Was it Kinsler or Michael Young? It was Kinsler, I'm pretty sure. Michael Young. Beltre, who the Red Sox had for a fabulous 1 year, and we didn't want to re-sign him. He could have locked up our third baseman spot for a very long time years back. Josh Hamilton. Oh, what could have been with Josh Hamilton? He has issues. Al Oliver, one of my all-time favorite non-Red Sox players. Ruben Sierra, Julio Franco, who played till he was like 9,000 years old, which means he was very good. Toby Hara, Rafael Palmeiro, Jim Sundberg. Let's check out the pitching. Kevin Brown, Charlie Huff, Jeff Russell, Cordero, Fergie Jenkins, Nolan Ryan, the Express, Yu Darvish, Gaylord Perry, John Wetland, Feliz, Kenny Rogers, C.J. Wilson. Not a bad pitching staff. None of these teams are going to be horrific, obviously. These are the franchise best as determined from the book. They are now taking the field, I believe it's called. Robbie Wartburg put it up in the chat. Thank you very much. SGJ Jamie's joined us. Expansion Senators. Other Senators are the Twins. Thank you. What kind of games are, Todd B says, what kind of games are you getting with the set, Al? More slugfest or slugfests? Right now, you have to really be, again, it goes off the rolls. But obviously, these are stats related. You got to be really, don't be afraid to yank. If guys aren't hot for some reason or you got to yank them, you yank them. That's the way I do it with the Red Sox. Again, it's all fictional, so it's fun. A lot of slugfest that I've come across with the Red Sox. Mel Parnell put up a hell of a game the other day. Cy Young's in the form. Clemens is pitching well. Early on, the roles were just slugfest for me. So the pitching, I think, starting to even out with the hitting. Very enjoyable set, though. I'm enjoying it. Early Senators with Minnesota, expansion Senators with Texas. Thank you. Did they do the Jays or Expos Nats? We'll look at the Blue Jays, and I think it's the Nationals. The Nationals are a mix of the Expos. No, I don't mind players being on more than one team. It is what it is. It's listen, any games we play are fictional. So, I guess you could put in, I think PC Replay actually has, you can click on it, have them go with the team they played the most, but then you're shorting the other team. You can make the lineups. So if you don't want, you could you could roll the dice and the guy gets to play for that team, that game, and the other team, the other game. I just play it out. Dave Garner says his games are real. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. What were you looking? Oh, we're going to do the Expos and the Blue Jays for our good friend, Cutter Historical. Check out that wonderful channel. So here we go. Expos, Blue Jays. And I think we'll call it a stream. We're going to show you the standings also. Oh, I want to get to the Cubs and Reds. Might as well just show them all, Al. So let's do, yeah. So Washington is going to, you can see, oh my God, Bob Bailey. God, he sucked with the Red Sox in 78. But again, he was much better before that. So these are the Washington Nationals, combination of the Expos and the Nationals. Bob Bailey, Ian Desmond, Bryce Harper, Rusty Staub, La Grande à l'Orange, Rondell White, U.B. Brooks, Ron Fairley, Tim Raines, Jose Vidro, Ryan Zimmerman, Gary Carter. You've seen Carter on this team and on the Mets. Marquise Grissom, Wilson Ramos, Larry Walker, the Hawk, Andre Dawson, Vladimir Guerrero, Anthony Rendon, and Tim Wallach. Let's check out the pitching. Let's check out the pitching. I clicked on the wrong button. Bear with me a moment. Pitching. Tim Burke, Pedro Martinez. So Martinez on this team and the Red Sox. Steven Strasburg. Oh, when he came up, beast mode before he hurt his arm. Gio Gonzalez, Jeff Reardon, Javier Vasquez, Mike Marshall, Steve Rogers, John Wetland, Dennis Martinez, Max Scherzer, Jordan Zimmerman. Again, none of these teams are going to be slouches. We will also look at Tampa. So the teams with less history might have a slight disadvantage, but then again, they're taking the best players in the history. 3-year bracket. And we believe, so Ron Guidry's card said 78, and Todd and myself, we believe, I think Todd was right after what I said. I agree with Todd now. I believe that's 77, 78 being the middle year, and 79. I believe that's what they took it, that 3-year period, and they came up with their card for the player. So they take a 3-year period. So if we take a look at Martinez's card real quick, 1996, so it would be 95, 96, 97, I do believe. And then their formula on how to make the card. Let's look at the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto Blue Jays. Cutter Historical says Rondell White should be replaced by Moses Alou. Again, it's the book. They base it on how it's the players from the book. I would have taken out Vasquez and put in Bill Stoneman. GJ Jamie, my prime baseball years as a kid, 80 to 82. Oh, a glorious time for baseball and our youth. So Toronto, Alomar, Borders, Encarnacion, Hill, Devin White, Jesse Barfield, Joe Carter, Tony Fernandez, Fred McGriff, the crime dog, Ernie Witt, Batista, Delgado, Gonzalez, Mosby, I remember Lloyd, Bell, Donaldson, Gruber. Oh, yeah, that's right. Vernon Wells. I forgot that Vernon Wells was there. Pitching staff, let's check that out. Doyle Alexander, Juan Guzman, Jimmy Key, Jim Clancy, Roy Halladay, fortunately passed away in a young age in a plane crash, David Steeb, Roger Clemens, Tom Hankey, Dwayne Ward, Mark Eckhorn, Pat Hentgen, David Wells. Tough team there. Okay, let's look at for our good friend Bob Zolke, the Chicago White Sox. Aparicio, Davis old school, Fielder Jones old school, Minnie Minoso, Frank Thomas, Luke Applin, Carlton Fisk. So Fisk is on the Red Sox and the White Sox. He actually played more games for Chicago White Sox. Willie Cam, Cam, old school. Mostel, old school. Robin Ventura, Baines, Nellie Fox, Pete Konerko, Maglio Ordonez, Eddie Collins, old school. Shoeless Joe Jackson, old school. Sherm Lawler, Ray Schock, old school. So Black Sox, Schock didn't get convicted. Black Sox, I think Eddie Collins was a Black Sox. I think that's it. Let's go to pitchers. I remember him. I just can't remember how to pronounce his name. Is it Bueller? Lyons, Walsh, Eddie Seacott, a Black Sox. Billy Pierce, Doc White. Faber, Chris Sales. My God, look how young he is. Hoyt Wilhelm, knuckleballer. Hernandez, Thigpen, Wilbur Wood, another knuckleballer. Cutter Historical. I like the Jays pitching staff. No complaint there. But not happy for Hill and Gonzalez. But that's the fun thing about being a fan of a team. Sit there and go, like, I think Dom DiMaggio should be on an all Red Sox team.
You're still streaming?
Yeah, I'm going to stop shortly.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Everything all right?
Everything's good.
Good. 9:35.
Here.
What?
Nice and cool in here.
Yeah, because if I don't have the air conditioner on, it heats up to 9,000 degrees. Yeah, I know, but when I walk out, it's like wicked hot. Even though it's not hot out. All right. Nurse Teresa says hello. Let's go. SGJ Jamie. Rays must have the weakest. Had some good players, but not so many Hall of Fame level. Yeah, White Sox, no Lamar Hoyt. Oops. All right, so let's look at the Rays, the Cubs, Reds, and that will be it. And we'll look at the standings real quick. I love it. It's really fun. I'm enjoying this season file. I love what ifs. Todd B, weather update from Ohio. Supposed to be 97 degrees here in Ohio on Wednesday. It was very comfortable today here in Massachusetts where I'm at. So let's look at the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's look at the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's do the Cubs first. Old school, Cap Anson. Old school, Johnny Evers, Bill Herman, Ryan Sandberg, Billy Williams, Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, George Gore, old school, King Kelly, old school, Ron Santo, Hack Wilson, Frank Chance, old school, Stan Hack, Bill Nicholson, Sammy Sosa, Bill Dolan, old school, Gabby Harnett, Jimmy Ryan, old school. Joe Tinker. All right, I see a lot of problems with the Cubs. Again, I'm not, I don't know Cubs history like I know Red Sox history, but the one thing with this, you can see way too many old school players. I would like them to do that book and take it from a certain time period forward, because I just would. It'd be interesting. I'm not saying these guys are not great players. They are, but they have a lot of old school players there. Pitching, Alexander, Greg Maddux. People forget he was a Cub. Lee Smith, Mordecai Brown, Ed Rollback, Bruce Suter, Griffith, Russell, Hippo Vaughn. You got to take a guy like Hippo Vaughn. Just the name alone. Fergie Jenkins on a second team, Cubs and Rangers. Charlie Root, Carlos Zambrano. Those are the Cubbies. What are your thoughts on all the old school players? Again, they're great baseball players, but that team was stacked with old school. All right. Who else do we say? Cincinnati and Tampa and Florida. Let's do Cleveland for Tribes fan. All right, let's do Cincinnati quickly. Bench, Griffey Sr., Ernie Lombardi, Tony Perez, Ed Roush, no complaints. Concepcion, Heine Groh, Frank McCormick, Pinson, Joey Votto, Eric Davis, Ted Kluszewski, Bid McPhee, Frank Robinson, George Foster, Barry Larkin, Joe Morgan, Pete Rose. Again, couldn't tell you much about Bid McPhee. Let's just take a quick look. Crappy batting average. How the hell does he make the team? Okay, so he's outstanding defensively. One range, you can't get any better than that. 51 error, very good. But 234 batting average, I don't know about that. I guess he could be a defensive replacement. Morgan's going to get a lot of play time if I'm running that team, unless he gets injured. I think I turned injuries off. I don't know if I did that or not. Let's look at pitching. Bourbon, Dibble, Maloney, Clay Carroll, John Franco's on two teams, Mets and Reds, Rijo, Chapman, Hahn, Rixey, Derringer, Dolph Luque, Bucky Walters. So no Tom Terrific on this one. What's your thought process on that? Reds just play the 70s lineup, leave everyone else off. I agree. I think, again, I'm not disagreeing. We might joke a little bit about that, but the 70s lineups were tremendous. You sprinkle in Joey Votto and you're good. Yeah. I didn't see him. Again, I think they get enthralled with some of these. Listen, I'm not knocking baseball players or any players from different eras. You know me, I defend them. I'm just saying you can't put a guy who's hitting 234 in the 3 seasons you picked. The guy hits 234. Yes, outstanding defensively. How much playing time is he actually going to get on a team like that? And just say if it was real. He's not. He's coming in as a defensive replacement. I mean, if you're up, if you're up 3 runs, you take him out. Yep. Those are good players. I'm not taking a guy hitting 234. Not going to. Sorry, just my opinion. Don Gullett. That's a good one. Griffey is on Cincinnati. That's Ken Griffey Sr., though. Senior, not junior. Ken Griffey Sr. I would think Ken Griffey Jr. would be on Seattle. This is his papa. All right. I don't know. I'll throw it out there. Do you think a guy hitting 234 should be on the team? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want a guy hitting 234. Again, it's a game. I don't want. I don't care how good defensively he is. He's going to be basically a defensive sub for me. That's the thing with sabermetrics. What's good about this set is you can import player. Yes, you can. You can change it up. You can use this as your base, import some other players. You can make your own, improve it. I could take Dom DiMaggio from 46. I don't have all this. I have a lot more strat seasons than PC Replay Baseball, but I love PC Replay Baseball. Let's go here. It's odd with McAfee. He played 18 years with the Reds, had a 272 lifetime average, but only... That is very interesting. See, I didn't know that. I just looked at the... Why? So then why? My question being, let's go back to the McAfee card. Good job, SGJ Jamie. Let's go back to the McAfee card. Let's see what years they took. Because, again, I don't get it. Let's go to McAfee. And where? Okay. 1891. So it would be 1890, 1891, and 1892, I believe. That's what Todd B and myself thinks how that goes. I'm going to have to... Gary Nolan, another one. Again, you could take the 70s Reds and take their best players. Most of them are going to be the same, but, you sprinkle in a couple of guys, Joey Votto, and you put together an awesome team. That's interesting, SGJ Jamie. I don't understand how he comes up with a 230. They took, so those are the years they took, it seems. Good job. That's why we have the best chat. The FOC is awesome. All right. As I keep clicking on the wrong button. Reds, we did the pitching staff. I think we said no Mario Soto. Nope, no Mario Soto. Let's go Cleveland Indians for our good friend Tribes. Well, no longer Tribes. Cleve Baseball Fan 879. Our good friend Tim. Earl Averill, no complaint. Larry Doby, no complaint. Nap LaJoy, no complaint. Al Rosen, no complaint. Jim Thome, good. Avila, okay. Elmer Flick, old school. Kenny Lofton. Carlos Santana. Hal Trotsky, don't know much about him. Albert Bell. Joe Jackson is on the Indians. Shoeless Joe Jackson. Victor Martinez. Joe Sewell. Lou Boudreau. Ken Keltner. Manny Ramirez. Tris Speaker. So Tris Speaker is on the Indians and Red Sox. Jack Billingham. I think someone... Oh, no, yeah, that's right. They didn't. It was Don Gullett. So Michael Peterson says Jack Billingham for the Reds. And then we have Don Gullett from Heads. I don't know how to pronounce that. Heads Upton. He also has Gary Nolan. Midlife Crisis. So I believe this is about McPhee. Never hit lower than 240. So again, how did they come up with the 234? I don't get it. 228 is rookie year. Dead ball era, tons of triples. I'm not making fun of any. I shouldn't. That's not the way. Players are great. They're great. I'm just saying with the card they came up with, this is supposed to be the franchise best. A 234 hitter should not be on it. That's just my opinion. Carlos Santana is a stretch. Should have went with Carlos Santana. Boom, boom. The singer. I don't know. Good question. Again, these are fun sets to me. I love the what if. And again, I play as the Red Sox. So. The guitar guy. You're right. I said singer. Actually, Santana did not sing. He's the guitar guy. Como te va? That Carlos Santana. All righty. Few more standings. Call it a stream. So that's Cleveland. Did we do pitching? We didn't do pitching, did we? Stan Kovaleski, old school. Mel Harder, old school. Bob Lemon, Bob Feller, Doug Jones. I remember Doug Jones. Sam McDowell, Wes Farrell, A.D. Joss, old school. Jose Mesa. He had trouble saving big games too. Mike Garcia, Corey Kluber, Early Wynn. Very, very formidable pitching staff. All right. Detroit Tigers. Bush, Crawford, Hank Greenberg, Hammer and Hank, Dick McCullough, Lou Whitaker, Cabrera, Freehand, Hillman, Lance Parrish, Rudy York, Norm Cash, Charlie Gehringer, Al Kaline, Mr. Tiger, Alan Trammell, Ty Cobb, Kirk Gibson, George Kell, Bobby Veach. Can't complain. Pitchers, Tommy Bridge, John Hiller, that's a reliever, George Mullen, don't know much about him, Hooks Douse, Mickey Lolich, Hal Newhouser, Bill Donovan, Denny McClain, don't buy any real estate from him, Dizzy Trout, Willie Hernandez, beast year when they won the World Series, Jack Morris, Justin Verlander. I did not know that either. Shoeless Joe Jackson was with the Indians. No Willie Horton, D. Scott says for the Tigers. Nope, no Willie Horton. Again, it's based on that book, now taking the field. Sabermetrics. I like to go with the eye test myself and stats, not necessarily all sabermetrics. Sometimes I think sabermetrics makes up stuff just so they can say, haha, we're smart. I know they back it with stats, but ribbies, important. When anyone says RBIs are not important, hey, numbnuts. If you don't knock in runs, you can't win. I remember RBIs don't mean anything anymore. What? Shut up. Oh, eggheads. What else do we have here? So D. Scott Howard says no Willie Horton. Oops, hit the wrong button. Bring this up. Close that. There we go. Hit the wrong button. All righty. Seattle. Let's look at Seattle. Beltre, Robinson Cano's on a second team. Ibanez, Alex Rodriguez. Rodriguez is on the Rangers, Yankees, and Seattle. Obviously, start out with Seattle. Vizquel, Boone, Cruz, Martinez, Seager, Wilson, Buhner, Davis, Olerud's on two teams, Mets and Seattle. Ichiro Suzuki, Cameron, Ken Griffey Jr. There's your Ken Griffey Jr. there. Reynolds and Dave Valley. Pitching. Diaz. Good luck pronouncing. Owakuma. Jeff Nelson. Freddie Garcia. Randy Johnson. J.J. Putz. Eric Hansen. Mark Lanston. Arthur Rhodes. Felix Hernandez. Jamie Moyer. And Sasaki. Take a quick look at the chat. Quickly moving forward. I'd put the bird on the Tigers just because. I would too. Just because. It'd be fun. Again, he had the 19-win season in 76. Then got injured, unfortunately. All right, a few more and that's it. Let's do St. Louis. Ken Boyer, Frankie Frisch, Joe Medwick. Pujols, Slaughter. No complaints with those guys. Brock, Hornsby, Mize, Roland Smith. No complaints there. Edmonds, Lankford, Molina, Shane, I always pronounce his last name wrong, Shane Dean, right? Red Shane Dean. Flood, Marion, Musial, Simmons. Can't complain. Pitching. Breachin, Bob Gibson, Pollock. Carpenter, Haynes, old school. Suter. Suter's on 2 teams, Cubs and Cardinals. Cooper, Isrinhouse, Wainwright, Dizzy Dean, Lanier, if it's pronounced like the basketball player, and Worrell. Let's go back to the batters. No Cepeda. You have Pujols, though. Pujols is he can play first, third, left, and right. I don't know. I think they would struggle for offense. We're going to take a look at the standings. I'm probably totally wrong, but Johnny Mize could hit, though. A bar in Seattle once based the price of their happy hour drinks on Dave Valley's batting average, right around $2. That's funny. There are people who say RBIs, oh, it's not that important. Just like ERA, oh, it's not that important. You're knocking in, the pitcher's giving up runs. Glenn, Pittsburgh. No, we haven't. Let's take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates. We are family. That's a good one. Make sure we click. Let's go to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jake Beckley, very old school. Clemente, Bill Mazeroski, Richie, old school. Hannes Wagner, Barry Bonds, another team. Giants in Pittsburgh, obviously. Jason Kindle, McCutcheon, Pops Willie Stargell, Wainer, Paul Wainer, Max Carey, Ralph Kiner, awesome sauce, Dave Parker, Pie Trainer, Freddie Clark, Tommy Leach, Tony Pena, Archie Vaughn. Pitchers, Babe Adams, can't tell you too much about him. Bob Friend, Deacon Filippi, I know a little bit about him. John Candelaria, the Candyman. Ray Kremer, Rip Sewell. Wilbur Cooper, Vern Law. Jesse Tannehill. Roy Face, Sam Lever, and Kent Tekulve. So you got a lot of sort of old school pitchers on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sorry, I forgot about the Pirates, Glenn. And I think, unless there's another team someone wants to see, going on 2 hours, I want to only do an hour, and I babble along. Tampa, for our good friend MP Fox. Rocco Baldelli, Rhode Island native. Toby Hall, Kevin Kiermaier, Navarro, Randy Wynn, Bartlett, Huff, Longoria, Carlos Pena, Ben Zobrist, Carl Crawford, crybaby Carl Crawford, Desmond Jennings, Julio Lugo, oh God, another horrible signing for the Red Sox, Steven Sousa, Forsythe, Joyce, the Crime Dog, Fred McGriff, and BJ Upton. Pitching, Archer, Heckelson, Odorizzi, Cobb, Roberto Hernandez, David Price, crybaby, Alex Colome, Casimir, Rodney, again, never saved a big game. I'm sure he has, but when you watch, he blew a lot of games. Matt Garza, Matt Moore, James Big Game Shields. I mean, their pitching is going to be tough. I would think. We're going to look at the standings. I know I believe I'm a half game ahead of the Yankees or tied with the Yankees. We haven't really paid attention to the other parts of the standings. Houston. All right. Let's look at Houston for our good friend, Steeler fan 1933. Our good friend, Matt. Absolutely. Houston. There we go, Houston. Altuve, Buzz, Berkman, Cruz, Joe Morgan, Bob Watson, no complaints. Alan Ashby, Biggio, Davis, Poole, and the toy cannon, Jimmy Wynn. Osmus, Cedeno, Doran, Doug Rader. Doug Rader. Maybe we could find someone better than that. He's a good player, Bagwell, Correa, that's Carlos Correa. Morgan Insberg, Dickie Fawn. Dickie Fawn was a pretty good player. Doug Rader stands out. And 21 homers on the card of the three. So his years would be 70, 71, and 72. And again, I don't know how they do the formula, but that's the way we figured it out. The years. Pitching should be insane. Clemens, Joe Niekro, Mike Scott. That's pretty good. For the years, Durker, Oswald, Smith. Hampton, J.R. Richard. Love J.R. Richard. Wagner, Brad Lidge, Nolan Ryan, Don Wilson. Not very familiar with Don Wilson. Okay, so 71, 72, 73. What do you think of that team, Steeler fan? What do you think of that team? Let's go back to the batting. What are your thoughts on that team? Robbie Werbrick says, just got my email for the code for it's a fun set. DJ John 4444. How you doing, my friend? I've missed some too. Caught the Dodgers. How about the Angels? Okay. We'll do the Angels. So what are your thoughts, Matt, on the Astros? No, Cesar Cedeno was there. Cesar Cedeno right here underneath Brad Osmussen. So DJ John 4444 says the Angels. Yes, let's look at the Angels. Angels in the outfield. Okay. Angels. Garrett Anderson was very good for them. Brian Downing, Jim Fregosi, Torrey Hunter, Tim Salmon, Eric Ibar, Jim Edmonds, Troy Gloss. This is a good team. Wally Joyner, Mike Trout, Bob Boone, Darren Erstad. That doesn't look like a pitcher, Darren Erstad. Oh, no, I'm getting mixed up with the little second baseman. Sorry. Bobby Grich. Grich is also on the Orioles because I just played them. I know that. Howie Kendrick. Rod Carew is also on the Twins because I also just played them. Figgins. Guerrero. Benji Molina. Good team. It's a solid team, obviously. Dean Chance. Mark Langston. Frank Tanana. Tanana was an excellent pitcher before he had the arm issues. Chuck Finley. Troy Percival. Washburn. How come they have him in a Colorado Rockies? I got to find an Angels pitcher for him. Huh. Brian Harvey, Francisco Rodriguez, Dreamweaver, Jared Weaver, John Lackey, Crybaby, Nolan Ryan, Mike Witt. So Nolan Ryan is on the Angels, Rangers, and Astros. Those are your all-franchise Angels. I think so. I think Trout. Steelers fan 1938. It's a good team. There are some changes I might make if I had the set, had to say about it. Erstad, University of Nebraska punter, a good friend Tim. SGJ Jamie, Richard Ryan Clemens, the number of whiffs they will cause will keep the dome cool. You welcome DJ John 44. All right, let's go to the standings now. I play as the Red Sox. I don't play as anyone else. I'm starting to just play as the Red Sox, and sometimes I play as the Mets too. But I find, and as much as I like the old school Mets, I just want to play as my favorite team, the Boston Red Sox. So we'll go through them quickly. I mean, we already went through them. We're going to look at the standings. I'll show you some. Ted Williams was struggling for a while. Let's go to standings. I'm a half game in front of the Yankees. I'm 8-5. Yankees 7-5. Tampa 7-6. Toronto 7-7. Baltimore 5-8. Can we scroll? That's the East. They break it up like modern, so they have East, Central, West. Why won't it go down anymore? Anyway, Central, White Sox 10-4. Detroit 8-5. Minnesota. Wow, the Central is the Central. 2 teams with winning records. Minnesota 1 game below. Cleveland's horrible 2-10. Kansas City 2-10. Ouch. In the West, the Angels and the A's both 8-5. Astros 7-5. Seattle and Texas 6-7. So everyone's in it still to win it. Wow, Cleveland and Kansas City already 7 games back, and it's early in the season. Not bueno at all. National League, Mets 8-5, Phillies 7-6, Atlanta, Miami, and Washington all 5-8. In the National League Central, Pittsburgh 9-4, Cincinnati 8-4, St. Louis 8-4, Cubbies 5-7, Milwaukee 5-7. Though that's only 3.5 out. Dodgers 9-4 in the West, Giants 8-4, Colorado Rockies 6-7, San Diego 5-9, and Arizona 2-11. Kiss them goodbye, possibly. Look at leaders. Let's look at the American League. Jeter with a .415 batting average early in the season. Delgado on base percentage. Bando, .750 slugging. Jeter on base plus slugging, 1.186. Alomar's played in 14 games. Mike Trout, 62 at-bats. Plate appearances, 66. Boston, we play Tris Speaker a lot. He leads off for us. He scored 13 runs. Cobb has 30. Well, okay. I mean, Cobb and Delgado and Mantle all have 13 runs also. Total bases, Mike Trout. Hits, Mike Trout. Oh, boy. Dustin Pedroia, doubles. Tris Speaker for the Red Sox, triples. Home runs, Tim Salmon for the Angels. Jim Rice has 4. Salmon has 6. Runs created, Mike Trout. Now let's go to most strikeouts, not shocking, Carlos Pena for Tampa. Walks, Delgado. Stolen bases, Ty Cobb with 19. Caught stealing, Eddie Collins, 3. Bobby Grich, it's been hit by the pitch, 3. But you can see other guys hit by 3 times. Eddie Collins, sack hits. I think we have Eddie Collins on our team also, Red Sox. Pedroia, sack flies. Again, nothing really outstanding there. Let's go AL pitching. ERA, I think that's Chief Bender, right? Under 1. Wins, Palmer with 3. Again, Walsh, nothing big there. What's that? Strikeouts per, what is that? Oh, hits per 9. Cy Young, walks per 9. That's for the Red Sox. Who's got the strikeouts? Saves, Hernandez. Where are the strikeouts? Nolan Ryan, 29. Walks, Nolan Ryan, 25, both for the Angels. Earned runs, 22, Nolan Ryan. Interesting. All right, let's look at the National League real quick. Pujols, 529. That's insane. Runs, Barry Bonds with 16, and then Strawberry with 15. Pujols, 15 runs batted in. Home runs, Strawberry with 5. Pete Rose doubles. So 2. Wow. Pujols, 529. Then it's Wheat of the Dodgers at 405. Pitching. National League. ERA, Reed, 0.69. Strikeouts. Randy Johnson averages 13 strikeouts per 9 innings. Total strikeouts, Koufax with 33. Games started, Steve Carlton with 4. A bunch of other stats I really don't care about. Schedule. Let's see what the Red Sox have coming up. We have the White Sox. Let's be Cy Young against Walsh, both 3-0. That's going to be a fun game. So, there you have it, folks. Robbie Wartburg. Yeah, they're very good about that. Baltimore could just use 69-71 rosters. I agree. SG Jamie says, agreed about Baltimore. Maybe just add Ripken and Belanger. Oh, Ripken over Belanger. I think they're both on the team. I'll quickly show you that squad, and we shall call it a stream. Let's go here. Thank you for everyone's time. Greatly appreciate it. Orioles. And I'll show you the Red Sox real quick about the team stats and stuff. Let's go teams. Baltimore. Roster. Anderson, Dempsey, Murray, Brooks Robinson, Bobby Wallace. So would that be the St. Louis Browns then? This other guy? Belanger, Gritch, Powell, Frank Robinson, Ken Williams. That's got to be the St. Louis Browns. Paul Blair, Hoyles, who's killing me. God, he's having a good year. Hoyles has been insane. Let's see if he cooled off. Killed the Red Sox. Where is the replay? I forgot how we look at that. Real total. Batting .293. 3 homers. They're all against the freaking Red Sox. Clift, Adam Jones, Roberts, George Sisler. Pitchers, Britton, McAnally, Palmer, Cuellar, Miller, Powell, Flanagan, Mussina, Urban Shocker, McGregor, Olson, Wilhelm. Let's go to the Red Sox, and we'll just show you the summary here. So Pedroia leads the Red Sox in average, 372. Rice in homers with 4. Pedroia, 10 ribbies. Tris Speaker on base percentage, 431. Stolen bases, 5. Tris Speaker. Cy Young with 3 wins. Cy Young's ERA is 2.55. Whip, Clemens, 1.15. Martinez with 21 strikeouts. Dick Raditz has a save, but he has been horrible, to be honest with you. Let's click on Mr. Raditz. ERA, 16.88 in 2.9 innings. He's awful. And I love Dick Raditz. God rest his soul. Pedro struggled a bit. ERA, 5.68. He's 1-2. I wish we could just go next. Let's go, Ross. Let's go. I'll just show you my pitching struggled. My pitching has struggled. Clemens has not been bad. He started off horrible, but he's down to 2.77, 2-1. Babe Ruth he got a save, though. He was awful in his start, and because there were a bunch of lefties. I want to say that was against the Twins. I forgot who it was against. He got the save there. It was scary, but we got the save. Lefty Grove, 4.82, 0-1, but we got a save out of him. It's mix and match with saves. Papelbon has been good. All out of the pen, obviously. 6 innings pitched, ERA 1.50. He has a save. Sometimes I bring him in when it's important. I don't care if it's earlier in the game, around the 6th or the 7th. Tiant, we have not used yet. Ellis Kinder, out of the pen. Mel Parnell had a huge start for us. He went he also has pitched out of the pen, but he went 9 innings in his start, shut out the team they were playing. He's 1-0. Hello, Bella. Smokey Joe Woods, I don't think we haven't used him yet. Lester had a start. Not good. Raditz stinks. And Cy Young's 3-0.
I'm going to bed.
All right, I'll be there shortly. I love you.
I love you too. I took care of the porch.
Okay.
You're on camera.
I know. I'll see you soon.
I know you will.
And there you have it. There you have it.
Tell them about your wrestling match.
I already did that. So let's leave us with our good friend Mr. Minion. I'm not ready for Monday. Can I have another Sunday? No more Sundays right now. Monday's fast coming upon us. 10:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, East Coast of the United States of America. I'd like to thank everyone who joined us. We haven't had a stream in a long time, and we haven't had a chat in a long time. We talked about Filsinger games that I just picked up and a bunch of sets. A lot of fun. If you like card and dice and you like wrestling, I do recommend the game. Beautiful cards. And there's a lot of homebrew cards also out there. And as we just discussed, another fun thing I've been doing a lot of, PC Replay Baseball, the franchise set. So I want to say thank you to Steeler Fan, 1933, our good friend Matt, SGJ Jamie, D. Scott Howard, Robbie Wartburg, DJ John 4444, Tim, our good friend Cleve Baseball Fan 879, Todd B., and many, many others. We had Glenn was here. I like to say hello on the way in. I like to say goodbye on the way out. And if I miss you, I apologize. Midlife Crisis, thank you very much. Michael Pearson, thank you. Head Spunt it. Thank you. I apologize if I mispronounced. Robbie Wartburg. Dwayne Martz. Cutter Historical. Uncle Dave Gardner. Dave Little was here. Gilles Thibault. W. Vogs 18. Jakey Cruz. Uncle Dave Little. The OG, the original Grognard, our good friend Devin. And I think, of course, our good friend Mr. Utah Mike, Sports Time Machine. Captain Carl, New Jersey Tabletop Sports. RJL Network, our good friend Rob. Arnold Hunter. And I think we got everybody. Thank you very much. Brian Patterson, thank you. He was here earlier. He was here, and I missed him on the way up, but I got him on the way down. And D. Scott Howard, thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed it. Little catch up with everyone. I'd like to try to finish off the 66 World Series. We're just going to go bang, bang, bang. Usually I play a game a week. I just want to finish it because if I can, I just want to get it done. And then let's get back to the O.J. Simpson Pro Strategy Football, 1979 Swan Song. What if we get to play it? And so that is that. Take care. God bless. I love you all. Stay safe. Be smart. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You know what's coming, folks. Peace. See you again soon, hopefully. Bye-bye.